Have y'all ever heard the phrase, politics makes for strange bedfellows? Well, I never in my lifetime ever dreamed that I would be sitting down making a video defending Dick Cheney's daughter. But here we are. Donald Trump posted this image, or I should say he reposted this image on Truth Social. Guilty of treason, retruth if you want televised military tribunals. To which Liz Cheney replied, Donald, this is the type of thing that demonstrates yet again that you are not a stable adult and you are not fit for office. So yeah, here I am agreeing with the Cheney. He's absolutely not fit for office. And I stumbled across this clip of Liz saying something that really hit home. Take a look.
There was a moment right after January 6th where I was having dinner with my husband and our two youngest kids, who happened to be our sons. And I looked at my sons across the dinner table, and I had this realization, you know, I grew up in a country where I didn't have to wonder if we were going to have a peaceful transfer of power in the United States. And all of a sudden it occurred to me, my God, maybe they won't be able to say the same thing. And that is why it's so fundamentally important that we ensure Democrats, independents, Republicans, that we work together, we vote together, we make clear that Donald Trump is not an acceptable alternative. He is not the lesser of two evils. He is a completely unfit man for office. He's already shown us what he would do, and he can never be near the Oval Office again.
She's right. There was a time that we didn't have to worry about this. We didn't have to worry about the peaceful transfer of power, but now we do, thanks to Donald Trump. And now we see Republican politicians on TV being asked the question, will you accept the results of an election? And they say they can't answer it. They refuse to answer it. Now they're calling that a loaded question. Now they're trying to say that we're using that question as a gotcha moment. The reason we're asking that question is because you guys got in the way of the peaceful transfer of power the last time and orchestrated an event on January 6th. Now, some will say, yeah, but, I mean, he left office. Yeah, but he tried like hell not to, started a riot. You can't give this guy a pass for those things. And like I said at the start of this video, I never in my wildest dreams thought I would be defending a Cheney. And I never thought that I would be on the same side of an argument with Dick Cheney, because he's a guy that I used to call out all the time, and I disagree with so much that he said and did. Wasn't for any of it. Called it out, thought he was the devil himself. And yet here I listen to this clip and I go, dang, he's pretty spot on.
In our nation's 246-year history, there has never been an individual who is a greater threat to our republic than Donald Trump. He tried to steal the last election using lies and violence to keep himself in power after the voters had rejected him. He is a coward. A real man wouldn't lie to his supporters. He lost his election, and he lost big. I know it, he knows it, and deep down, I think most Republicans know it. Lynn and I are so proud of Liz for standing up for the truth, doing what's right, honoring her oath to the Constitution, when so many in our party are too scared to do so. Liz is fearless. She never backs down from a fight. There is nothing more important she will ever do than lead the effort to make sure Donald Trump is never again near the Oval Office. And she will succeed. I am Dick Cheney. I proudly voted for my daughter. I hope you will too.
You know, folks, I can remember having beers with my buddies back in the Bush administration and us arguing politics. And I would be arguing so hard against Bush and Cheney. I have had so many heated debates over the Iraq War and so many heated debates with Republicans who back then were saying to me, no, man, listen, we got to get rid of Saddam Hussein, man. We can't have these dictators around. We got to install a democracy over there. We got to stabilize the Middle East with a good, solid democracy and get rid of a dictator. So they can't speak out against their government, man. They can't even speak out against this guy. He executes them if they say anything bad about him. He's a terrible person. And now they sit back and let the Supreme Court give Donald Trump the power to be Saddam Hussein 2.0, and they're okay with it. Now, when you talk about democracy, you get poked fun at. Now they act like we're just trying to spread fear and hyperbole. Now they're all for democracy going away, and they'll even say, we're not a democracy, we're a republic. They'll say everything under the sun. The same people that used to argue for Dick Cheney, somehow we switched seats. And now I'm over here with Cheney going, yeah, we're just trying to get some democracy around here. And folks, I have to be dead honest with you when it comes to Dick Cheney. I realized over the years, looking back at it in hindsight, George W. Bush lied his ass off. He went out there and just spread all kinds of bullshit around. Dick Cheney was over here on the other hand going, I will not seek a permission slip to defend my country. I don't care if you like me or not. You can hate me all day. I'm going to keep you safe. And we're going to install democracy. We're going to get rid of that evil guy in the Middle East. I don't care. They would say to him, well, what about the fact that there was no weapons of mass destruction? So, don't care. We're getting him. We're doing it. And as I grew up, I began to realize, I still disagree with that, but I can respect his stance. I can respect his stance for wanting to install democracy and take out a dictator. And I can't believe that somehow the roles got reversed, and now I'm over here with Cheney, and my Republican friends are over here in la-la land with Donald Trump, just bowing down to everything he says. Folks, that's how off the rails we've came as a country. That's how bizarre this whole thing has gotten. I never in my wildest dreams, if you had have came to me, if someone had have appeared and said, hey, I'm from the future, and I'm going to tell you that one day you're going to be sitting in a chair defending Dick Cheney and Liz Cheney, I'd have said, hey, ain't no way in hell. There's no way I'd defend him. No way in the world. He's evil. And now I'm like, Dick, please step forward, man. Help us here. Say something. Do something. I never thought I'd be on the same side with Dick Cheney. Never thought I'd be defending his daughter. But we're on the side of democracy. That's why we're doing it. That's why we're saying it. Never thought we'd be here, but we are. And we have to worry about now what our children's going to grow up in an America that we will be able to tell them about, but they'll never live in the America that we once lived in, especially my 6-year-old and my grandson. I think of them all the time. It's the blooms off the rose. And I've had a lot of people say to me, man, your videos have been depressing the last couple of days. Folks, I wish there was a way I could put a positive spin on all this. I'm looking for it. And the only silver lining I can see in this horrid dark cloud is that maybe, just maybe, this will bring people together to realize just how unhinged Trump is and realize how he shouldn't be nowhere near an office again. That's really our only hope at this point, folks.